Hello everyone and welcome to the Saskatchewan League of Legends Week 3, Day 2 between we've got JUG on the purple side and the Muffin Stuffers on the blue side. The overlay is a bit wrong saying SKT1 and RDS as they were supposed to play but they're not anymore. I am Wolosh and here with my co-caster slash analysis guy, Namain. How you doing, Namain?
Good, thanks. How are you? Oh, I sound different.
Don't I?
Wait, what?
Anyway, well, Namain figures out the microphone. We're gonna talk. If you haven't seen Game 1, go watch it, or else I'm gonna spoil it in a few seconds here. Okay, a few seconds.
Oh, the Jarvan ban.
The Jarvan ban, that's a huge ban.
Yeah, we saw that last game. You know, Brent Chuck. Brent Chuck's his main champion there. Giving that a ban. They
Who's
knew
the last ban they should ban for JUG really quickly?
for
Against JUG. Sorry, like TMS.
I'm gonna say that Gragas or Ziggs still. That Gragas completely blew up everyone. Wiggles didn't have the most impact in the game.
And they're picking Ziggs. I think Ashwin might try to get that. He might try to get that. Sorry, I can't even speak right now. Gragas, or Syndra. So I think they're gonna ban that Syndra. So I could potentially see a Gragas pickup.
Yeah, I'd like to say that as well. I think Pink Grapefruit also plays Kale.
Oh, that'd be an interesting matchup. As Elise instantly picked there, Gragas and Mundo being hovered over and Mundo locked in.
I wonder if these guys are going to change anything in their team comps. Like, so far it looks the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, I want to see something else than Garen. Garen did really well in lane, but when it came to team fights, he couldn't get to that back line.
As we see Ashwin taking Fizz in the mid. He's got that barrier too. I don't know if that'll be changed out, but he does have that. Fizz, someone we haven't seen yet, against a Gragas. I mean, I think that's a decent pick because they're both melee. Obviously, Gragas has his barrows pretty early on. So, but what do you think about that pick?
Well, I've picked up Fizz pretty recently, like started playing him a lot. I believe, like, I'm not exactly sure the details. I believe Fizz is supposed to counter Gragas. I think his all-ins, but pre-6 are a bit more stronger. But we'll have to see how that goes. I don't know. Does Ashwin play Fizz? Do you know?
I have not seen him yet, or in his scrims, so this could be kind of new. Not pure hugeness. That Lucian's actually beginning to go down to Behemoth, taking that away from Dr. McFly, and it looks like they're saving the support AD carry position, maybe to try to counter whatever JUG throws. And a Kale being picked. If you didn't watch the last game, that was played by Ashwin there.
Is that a Gragas jungle?
Oh, that could.
I would like to see that. That would be very nice.
Brett and Chuck known for doing that and doing Gragas jungling very well. As it looks like Huntail will get that Thresh.
Oh, it is a Gragas jungle.
Huntail 100% on that Thresh. His win rate is 100%. Nasus. I love seeing Nasus play. I love the stacks.
You just love the top lane, just not moving, no action at all. And just farming stacks. I mean, love it.
Because the thing is, Mundo can't do too much about that.
Yeah, it's really relied on the jungler and the Nasus being out of position.
Exactly. As Leona actually being hovered
I like
over.
the Lucian steal. Lucian, good guy. Good guy, Lucian.
Lucian is a good steal. Yes, it's a very good steal because Dr. McFly did very good that game. Had a slow early game. But him, as the rest of JUG, I believe Prenchuk only had one death in that game. Phenomenal.
So, yeah. I wonder what Dr. McFly is going to pick up. I know he plays a lot of Caitlyn in this tournament. I don't know if he plays Jinx a lot, but...
And Annie, I think that's a good pickup right here. And it is locked in. And it looks like that Nasus is going to be locked in here right away.
I would like to see the Caitlyn, because Caitlyn can kind of outrange Annie. If he positions himself well, he can, and he's going to have to flash to Tibbers.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with that 100%. He's also played a decent, I mean, there's Jinx as well. I think Jinx and Caitlyn.
Jinx is a bit more like all-in, though. Like, if Annie all-ins the Jinx, like, there's not much he can do it for it.
That's true.
But going, over to JUG's side as well, if Thresh gets a good hook, that could be GG for the Annie.
Yeah, very true. I want to see what Annie will start too. I'm not sure if these players have been keeping up with the EULCS. I've talked to Prenchuk. I know he is kind of. I've talked to a few members on the side of. I don't know why that's.
Oh no.
Too funny. I talked to a few members on the side of TMS, and they haven't really been watching it too much. Watching that Doran shield start from all supports, and Jinx will be locked in, so
This will be an interesting bot lane.
it's a very... Yes, I'm
going to give my edge to the TMS, but this is
really?
all individual skill level. I mean, bot lane, that is. Overall, the team comps, I don't know. I kind of like JUG's team comp again. I'm not the biggest fan of Assassins when it comes to team comps. I think like a solid just mid, such as Kale or Gragas, works a lot better in team fights. Fizz can pretty much eliminate one person from the fight until they get something like Guardian Angel or Kale ult. So
yes, that's true. Kale able to withstand those fights a lot longer too and put out a lot of damage. Split pushing, you got that Kale and that Jinx. That's going to do tons of damage to turrets if they let that happen. On the other side, though, you have Nasus, who can basically 3-shot towers if gets maybe a few hundred stacks.
yeah, JUG's pushing potential and sieging potential is really good as well with like Jinx, Kale, Gragas all have ridiculous wave clear and can push towers really well. So hopefully we see a lot of that.
As we get into the spectator delay, we're going to talk about Fizz keeping that barrier. And against Kale, I wonder if Ashwin there, thinking that Gragas was going to go to Pink Grapefruit, picked Fizz. How's the Fizz and versus Kale matchup? Who do you favor in that one?
The Fizz versus Kale, I'm gonna say pre-6 Fizz. Actually, I'm not actually sure. I think this might be a skill matchup. I'm not too sure actually. Cause the reason is Fizz goes in, right? But once he's backing away, the Kale can just slow him and just keep harassing him. So I'm not sure, but once Kale hits 6, I definitely would say Kale, because Kale can just ulti hit his ult, canceling out his Chum the Waters, I believe it's called.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Dr. McFly isn't opting for cleanse here. They do have the Annie stun. They have it just seems like their comp would be all in on getting the Jinx. The Nasus slow. You got the Elise Cocoon repel.
Absolutely.
You got Fizz who can dash in there and ulti, which is a ridiculous slow. And you got the Annie engage.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like Dr. McFly will have to do a lot of escaping. He's been very good at that, though, just finding ways not to die when it seems like it is no longer possible. We're going to go to the graphic right here. This isn't updated from last game. JUG is 9-0 and TMS is 2-3. Predinchuk, I believe, had the highest KDA going through the first 6 games of the tournament, but Dr. McFly pulling ahead has the highest KDA in this tournament right now. No wonders. He's been playing phenomenal. Absolutely.
Yeah. It just goes to show you all these people in this game are really skilled individually, but when it comes to team play, JUG is pretty solid, and hopefully we can see them being contested by some other teams.
Absolutely. I know TMS, like I said this last game too, their first 2 games that we watched, I thought these guys are JUG's biggest contenders right now, who can contest them. They haven't been showing too well recently, but I think that just comes down to team play, almost inexperience. JUG's been together for a long time now, and TMS, I think they're a new team. They're all-stars, mind you. They're a bunch of skilled individuals who know each other, but I'm not sure how they haven't been doing too well on the team platform of it. Communication, their team fights haven't been too good. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this game goes.
Yeah, it's similar to the EU alliance, you know. All super solo queue champions in that team, and when they come together in a team, they were expected to be the top 2 team, and they've lost already.
Mind you, we're saying this on January 15th when they started 0-3, so they may be 7-3 by the time
never know.
you watch this. So who knows? But right now they're 0-3, and it's a bit disappointing. But knowing the players on Alliance, they'll come back. But we're not talking about Alliance. We're talking about Just Us Guys versus the Muffin Stuffers.
Basically the same thing, though, right?
This is EULCS. We're going to get into the little champ. Nope, wrong thing right here.
Oh, look at the skin intimidation here.
Yes, I believe that's Just Us Guys winning the
The
intimidation.
foreskin.
They do, yes.
Oh god, sorry.
I gotta mute you for that. Hopefully no one watched that though, because this is YouTube and you can just skip right to
Also,
the game.
Fizz, actually, I didn't notice this. With Fizz summoners, you can go flash, ignite, flash, barrier, or barrier, ignite, and go all in. I usually opt for the ignite, but he's going barrier, which might not be that great in lane, but it will survive or help him survive ganks, or and I think it would scale into the late game better.
Absolutely. I
Not on the Mundo though,
that's,
because ignite would help with that.
look at Shoddy Shinto taking Ghost Teleport, something Circhez does quite often. So I assume Nasus will be taking that Glacial Shroud and that Kindle Gem early on to get that cooldown reduction. And it looks like Jug just going to go to that wolf camp again. They love that. And wait a sec. Is this a dance party? Is this a...
It seems like they're doing both teams are doing the exact same thing as before, but swapped on different sides. This is pretty funny.
Yes, if you didn't watch the last game, just go check it out on our YouTube. Speaking of our YouTube and other social media things, check out our Twitch, which we stream live every Wednesday and Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Central's. I also figured out like Central's is like the same time as Mountain Time.
So we're Central and or Mountain. Sorry, as they're staying in this wolf camp for a bit. Actually, I'm gonna direct your camera just like to stay on them for a bit. As a stun being built up from Fnatic. Really low on mana though.
I know this is gonna sound really random, but I'm pretty When I flip this microphone over, I swear I sound different.
I might mute him pretty soon here, folks. No.
Do I sound different now? I do.
Maybe a bit louder. That's all.
Oh, do I?
Maybe.
Okay.
You're nothing special.
Wow.
We look at the support builds, both of them the same with the amulet coin and the red pot. None of them are in the utility tree far enough to get that biscuit. You know what? I haven't seen much this year, and it will be eliminated basically with this complete patch that's coming up. However, I have not seen any lane swaps this season yet.
Yeah, I would actually really like to see a lane swap. I think Mundo would deal well with lane swaps. I'm not sure.
Nasus's passive though allows. I mean, he won't be able to farm stacks, but his passive is just ridiculous lifesteal. Also, I don't know if you heard about this yet, but the patch that's coming out, or it might even be this one, the top and middle turret take less damage from basic attacks by 20.
Yeah, no, I heard that.
Really,
I actually heard the casters talking about that in ELCS.
Yes. That's What are your thoughts on that? While we just watch these champions farm right here.
Well, it's kind of interesting because with the lane swap, right? That means that if it's just the top and middle. Oh, Prenchuk getting a little caught out there. He has to flash.
Oh.
Yeah, just flashed over the Dragon's Pit. But with the lane swap, that means whoever is going top is going to have a harder time getting that first tower down. So you definitely want to be... That might be forcing bot lanes to verse bot lanes.
Because we have seen a stray away from it, even in the pro scene, and as you can see in this season here in the Saskatchewan League. But I believe Monte Cristo said it best. It's like, you already ran the risk of running. If you ran 2 top, you run the risk of losing an early dragon because the other team has the 2 bot early. Now it's super detrimental to go 2 top because now not only will you have not enough dragon, you won't get that turret down fast enough. So I don't know. It seems a bit iffy to me.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're at a disadvantage with those things that you just said.
Unless unless you're going against like a Fizz 80 Fizz top who can't take a lot of poke from maybe like a Caitlyn and a Annie bot lane. I think that's the only time you'd really want a 2v1 when your bot lane completely dominates the top lane. But with this tanky meta going on, I'm not seeing a lot of that happening.
Right. And the thing also is, for example, if the bot lane, the 2 that are bot destroy the bot tower, they can just lane swap back and go top and face the 2 AD carries, and they'll actually be at a gold advantage.
So there's Fnatic as a stun. Fnatic not even going to back up after taking kills. Gets those flame choppers, and that might be a mistake. Ignite lands onto Fnatic, and a rocket lands. I don't believe that flash was necessary, but they're going to turn on to Behemoth right now. A flash flame misses from Huntail, but it gets the flash out of Behemoth, and that's all that matters. Fnatic choosing not to back off after taking a bit of harass. I kind of question that a bit as a Flay coming out, but barrier is popped on Behemoth. As Pure Huge is coming in, gets hooked right away. Huntail not scared as the cocoon lands on the Huntail, gets burst down really quickly, will be taken down. Pure Huge is picking up that kill with Behemoth on the assist. As they're waiting for the cocoon to come up, Dr. McFly having to pop that barrier. They're going to back up because here in comes Prenchuk here on the Gragas. Cocoon lands, and that may just save him, but he's got that belly flop and those barrels. Behemoth running extremely low. He doesn't have flash or barrier. This could be the end of him, and it is. The barrel takes out Behemoth.
Very nice barrel there. Yeah, so that was well played by both the junglers. They were there just at the perfect time.
Absolutely. Prenchuk, both junglers, yes, ending 1-0. Pure Huge is able to escape that. As Nasus, I'm going to try checking in on his stacks every now and then, even though the spectator mode for his is bugged. You can't see it right away. It says he has 54, which is correct, but sometimes it'll say he has 12, and it's really 120. But we'll get back to this top lane later. He's Wiggle's actually doing a good amount of damage with those trophies, those effective trophies.
Clunk.
Clunking away. But Nas is shoddy running really low. This could be a dive right away here. No, he's gonna.
No, I think at this point in time, with Mundo not even recalling, diving might be a bit risky. Maybe if he gets him a bit lower and gets his ultimate, he may be able to pull that off. He also is not running Ignite, so the kill potential isn't fully there.
That's true. He's again running that flash teleport, something that's becoming a lot more common. As a Pure Huge is coming in for the gank, but the nice dodge.
Waters misses.
Oh my goodness, Pure Huge is taking a lot of damage, has to flash the Ignite, but that won't work. And in comes Ashwin, not being able to pick up that kill. Pink Grapefruit bullying both of them out of lane. A beautiful job by Pink Grapefruit to just turn that around and not run away instantly.
Yeah, like I said, I was pretty sure Pink Grapefruit plays scale, and it's showing off here. He just almost 2v1, and he's out CSing the Fizz, which is pretty normal. Being Fizz, you can't. It's very difficult to CS if you're behind, which he usually is behind, just being melee.
Chuck coming in from the back here, and it looks like he's gonna go on to Pink Grapefruit, who should fall here. Does not actually. How much health? Very little health. Wow.
His ult. He actually had his ult, but it was not.
There we go. Sorry, the hook misses on Fnatic. Looks like they will be able to get the kill onto Huntail. The Ignite lands from Behemoth there. No, sorry, from Fnatic. As a zap lands onto Fnatic, but that's not going to kill him just yet. As Behemoth's just going to zone Dr. McFly out just a bit. 4-2 in kills for Justice guys getting the early advantage, but as we see from last game, that doesn't mean much in the Saskatchewan League here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Prenchuk, or sorry, not Prenchuk. Prenchuk, I think, led the way with Dr. McFly, or obviously with the rest of his team, to that comeback in the last game. A phenomenal play. They were down. I think they got 12 straight kills in a row, or like 10 straight kills in a row this side of Just Us guys. So very nicely played by them. They know how to work as a team.
Yeah, 0 deaths says Prenchuk, right?
He had 1 death, sorry. One death. I believe it was really early on though as well.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong on that as well, as they're just going to wait for his blue buff, or Pink Grape from taking the blue buff.
So what do you think Regis... Oh, okay, yeah, Spirit of the Spectral Wraith. That's what I thought. I was going to ask you, what do you think jungle item he's going to opt for?
I have not seen a really tanky Gragas in a long time.
Bruiser Gragas, dude.
Top lane Gragas. It's a thing.
That's what used to be the thing, is top lane Gragas. Nobody used to play Gragas mid. So it's kind of interesting within Season 3 seeing a bit of a comeback with Gragas.
Yeah, no, definitely. Really in those World Finals there.
It's funny because, like, I don't think they even, like, buffed him. People just started playing him competitively, and that's what happens a lot of times with the new metas. Like, some guys won't even get buffed, but they'll be starting to play competitively, and they will make an appearance, and everybody will copy them.
He's gonna get played backwards, though. They don't want anything to deal with that, as the Lantern just heal up, and the culling being popped from Behemoth just to clear some minions, maybe do a bit of poke. Sorry, I was gonna say that was pretty much the same with Lucian as well. Lucian came out and wasn't really popular, but I believe it was the Korean scene that made Lucian just seem like a complete beast. As Prenchuk here, explosive cascade knocking Ashwin away from that turret, and a nice E there from Ashwin. Playful trickster, but it still gets hit from that Gragas presence. And Ashwin just getting bullied out of lane here by both Pred and Chuck. and Pink Grapefruit. Prenchuk, talk to him. I said this last game as well. Talked to him earlier on. Said their mid lane is where we need to focus, and oh my gosh, those barrels doing so much right now. Sorry, I can't even talk before Frenetic just gets melted and ignited. Behemoth needs to back up right now because Huntale's Flay is going to be up in just a few seconds here. As Behemoth is just running away, and then beautifully timed flash, but the Destined lands, and I don't think he'll be able to escape this one. Barrier is popped. Maybe he can get Huntale, but the super mega death rocket onto Behemoth takes him out. And a nice play there. Nice synergy from Dr. McFly and Huntale.
Yeah, no, I was actually just going to mention, I think the lane was actually in favor of the Muffin Stuffers there. I was going to say, while Annie was level 6, Thresh was level 4. They could have easily all in the Thresh if he was just a bit out of position, but they didn't decide to. And
6-2 in kills, so
yeah, and he caught up.
Just as guys playing this extremely well. Support items pretty much the same. Jungle items pretty much the same. Pure Huge just getting those boots over Prenchuk, and the mid lane. It looks like that Nash's Tooth will be rushed by Pink Grapefruit. And a BF sword picked up from Dr. McFly compared to, oh yeah, actually from both sides. Sorry about that. But a Vampiric Scepter on the sides of Dr. McFly. And in the top lane, that Spectre's Cowl looking like a Spirit Massage going to be coming out right quickly here from Shotty Shinto. And it looks like Sunfire Cape from the side of Wiggles will be coming out next, I do believe.
So yeah, with that Spectral Cowl, that's going to probably, since he has he's probably building the Ruby Crystal into a Kindle Gem, so that's probably going to be a Spirit Massage, which is a good item on Nasus, especially getting early with the 20% CDR.
Which will be nerfed down to 10.
And most people don't realize this, but Mundo is like half and half damage, magic, and physical. Mostly magic, I would say, actually.
Yeah, if you had to pick, well, I guess that's so smart pickup there. As Pure Hugeness going into the bot lane, looking to get a gank, but Directed Cannon wants to go top. I'm gonna tell it to go bot as Repel comes, but it looks like they're just too far away. The Descent lands onto Pure Hugeness. He got caught in a bit too far. As a stun lands onto Huntale, and the Culling takes him out. It does not, sorry, Frenetic gets him, but Culling weakening him a lot. Pure Hugeness has to get out of there right away. Pure Hugeness got caught a bit. Sorry, a explosive casket lands onto Frenetic right here, and a beautiful flash baits Prenchuk into throwing that barrel, but needs to run right away. And are we done in that bot lane? Yes, it looks we are. A beautiful play there by the Muffin Stuffers. They seem to do everything right, except Pure Huge just got a bit greedy there for that turret. Sorry, we're just trying to direct the camera as much as we can instead of having it just on top lane. Even though this top lane, these are both very talented, you know, champions and all that, and talented players. We need to give the other lane some love. As we just see some more farming going on. Jinx, it's pretty much even all the way around except for that mid lane. And that top lane, although Ness is down about 23 down, he makes up for it in how many stacks he's got, because he's got to let a few past.
Yeah, Nasus and I forgot who I was just gonna say.
Dr.
Scale really difficult. Alright, not difficult. Well, yes. I don't know my word structure today.
Hey, that's fine. We all forget it every now and then. Better late game if you had to pick right now. Despite the score of seeing it what it is, if you just looked at the champions, obviously that Nasus is one of the best late game champs in the game.
I'd say let's go 1-on-1. I'd say
top lane.
I'd say Nasus and Mundo scales really well, but I think Nasus is one of the best scaling champs in the game. But keep in mind Mundo scales really well. Jungle, I'd say Gragas.
I think so from last game, from what we saw. Sorry, as Shotty Shinto doing a lot of damage. Sadism not being popped from Wiggles. And as we look at the mid game, late game matchup.
Kale, I think, is overall better. Oh, we have a pause here.
I'm just going to check the chat real quick, even though it was not working.
Kale, I'd say, is overall better late game. But Fizz can, like, definitely just straight up one-shot anyone who's squishy. Oh, we got a lag problem here.
I tell ya. Nope. Yeah, as you can see, folks, we're getting a bit of lag here. The servers, you know, usually are pretty good. Oh, I'm probably gonna exit this because these teams are known for getting a bit trash talky.
How was everybody's day?
That's how it starts.
Throwing out the chirps.
That's how it starts. Trust me.
And I'd say Jinx scales harder than Lucian. Lucian has a lot more mobility, but with Jinx just being so powerful into the late game, I don't know. And I prefer Annie late game over Thresh as long as you have a tank, right? Because Annie basically becomes a 6 build mid champ. Besides like the support items, right?
Absolutely, but look at her build now. She's got 2 ruby crystals.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out what those would go into. I mean, well, one will go into a sightstone. Maybe both into the ruby sightstone if you want to build like that.
Pulling out something new here, that's for sure.
Absolutely. As we still got a leg
New
here.
meta.
New meta. Oh.
Okay.
And that's the reason I don't want to show the chat. Just kidding. Fast forward until the game starts. This is on YouTube. But if you don't want to see it on YouTube and you want to see this live, go to our twitch.tv/SaskLaw League. I'm going to bring it up right here. It's at the bottom.
If you want, we could like rewind to a point. But it doesn't matter.
And reevaluate some of the game.
Sure.
We would risk missing something else, though we don't know how long this pause is going to be. And the resumes is the resumes.
Oh, there we go.
It's gonna start in 1, and here we go. Sorry, twitch.tv/SaskLaw are the finals. Will be
Elise soloing the dragon here.
Beautiful play there.
Some next level strats while the game's paused.
Yeah. Elise actually becoming unpaused and getting that dragon.
So because that dragon was taken so early, it didn't give as much gold as it traditionally would. They are 2k above the opposition, which is JUG.
JUG versus the Muffin Steppers.
Oh wait, no. JUG is
being
2k
dropped,
over.
as well as the culling, and it looks like Annie's gone a bit too far. As the death sentence lands on, the box gonna be popped, and it looks like that's gonna be the end for Fnatic. Barrier is popped from Behemoth. He needs to get away from here quickly. Nice
JUG does
dash
have flash, but no, with that Lucian dash, he wouldn't
Dr.
have been able
McFly
to.
does have flash. Indeed.
Oh yes. What did I say?
All of JUG does have flash. So
Oh
you are
yes.
correct.
That's what I meant to say. All of JUG does have flash. And available. Including the Jinx, Dr. McFly.
Shoddy Shinto, no stranger to playing Nasus. Seen him quite a bit in his scrims and even in his solo queue play. It's one of his favorite champions. 237 stacks as of right now. He's got the Spectre's cowl. Nothing really much going on in this top lane. The CS is decent between the two. Mid lane or jungle is the same. Pure Huge just being a part of 2 kills, but having a death while Prenchuk's just part of 1. Prenchuk, I'm not too sure about the team, but I believe he is their shot caller. If I'm not, and he does an excellent job in leading their team. Even just listening in on a few of their Skype calls, like while they're going, because that's what we use. Skype. We're sponsored by Skype. No, just joking. He knows. Sorry, he knows that. What was I getting at? Prenchuk knows what he's doing. He knows how to team fight, and I think that spreads to the rest of his team. That's why JUG does so well in their team fights as what they do. I think it's because of the leadership that Prenchuk brings, as they're just gonna ward. And Fnatic getting caught out here, and it looks like he will not be able to escape this with the explosive casket coming in, and the death sentence and the flay coming in onto the flame choppers. Dr. McFly, FIY, picking up that kill there, as they're just gonna clear that ward. So that really was for nothing.
Yeah.
Fnatic just getting caught out there. A lot of damage being put on the big grapefruit chum. The water's being used as the calling comes out in this ball lane. It looks like mid lane they're backing off.
He's just trying to clear the wave there so that they can't get the turret with his Annie's Sport dead.
Absolutely.
And like with the Fizz CS different, I don't know if he can actually kill this. He doesn't have ult.
Don't think so. The barrier is popped, has to flash away though. He tries dashing in. Almost maybe could have got him if stayed for that fight, but it would have been very close as Kale just heals up right away.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Kale was 2-0, had more CS than him. And like I said, I believe Kale wins
Sorry,
the level
RCL
6.
getting a big caught out here. Not before he lays down the box. Behemoth taking a bunch of damage. Super Mega Death Rocket comes in and destroys Behemoth. Prenchuk running real low, but so is Pure Huge. He has to get out of there. Prenchuk just a few hits away. Fnatic, you do not want to deal dual 1v1. A Dr. McFly Jinx. And a failed flash there from Fnatic. Oh, I'm sure he's embarrassed there, but a teleport coming in from Shoddy Shinto, who has his Wither up, which will be reduced in range in the next patch. But 1Q just takes down Prenchuk. Shoddy Shinto going to become pretty huge as Wiggles also made his way down here. And it looks like Shoddy might not be able to get out of here. Sadism popped by Wiggles a second. Dr. McFly just going to kite Shoddy right here. 1Q does a big chunk of Dr. McFly's health, but even getting to Dr. McFly is a huge problem. What did you see there? That was 2 teleports used from the top laners.
Yeah, so with both the top laners having teleport, whenever the one person tries to make a play, the other person can follow up. So that's a really nice follow up by Wiggles. Yeah, and with a 2v1 scenario, he just could not get out of there. So
But a nice play
kudos to Wiggles. And yeah, that was a good play by
Shoddy.
Shoddy.
Shoddy Shinto.
Shoddy Shinto.
As we continue on, JUG really dominating this game. They picked up. They had a talk between games. They talked to their coach, talked to their analyst. Their early game was really lacking. It wasn't so much the laning phase, it was the jungle ganks coming in from pure hugeness. Just seemed to always catch out just us guys. And the ward coverage from TMS was amazing. I mean, you mentioned at one point how TMS had such good ward coverage it was the early mid game. And now it looks like it's the other way around. Just us guys doing a lot better controlling vision with those 2 sweeping lanes.
Yeah, it seemed like they had everything warded except Baron, which was
That's true.
which was a nice play on them.
If you haven't seen that, go check that out. But right now, Cocoon lands onto Wiggles. Shoddy Shinto just going to do a bit of damage. That flash coming up from Wiggles will be able to escape this one with that Sadism just regenerating so much health and getting so much speed from that. And Wiggles actually looking to come back in. He's not scared. Behemoth just going to use that dash just to speed right back up to his normal state.
Yeah, and that dash also, like, it's like a speed cleanse, right? So if Jinx zaps Lucian, then he dashes, he does not get slowed.
Yeah, so a bit of a counter miss there as we have 4 members from Just Us Guys coming down, and those flame counters just going to zone out 3 members from TMS, but the culling going to be used. Will they be able to get this turret? A beautiful flash shivers coming in, and Chum the Waters goes on to Huntail, and they take down Huntail, but again, before he pops the box, Ashwin able to leap over that box, actually. Super Mega Death Rocket lands onto, that's Behemoth, but Pure Huge is getting a kill, and just as guys don't want to be fighting this, a stun lands onto Friendchuck. That's another kill for Pure Hugeness right here, as Ashwin getting a kill, and it looks like that's Phonetic getting the shutdown onto Dr. McFly. A 4-for-0 trade there. Beautifully played by TMS.
Yeah, that was a very nice response on the Annie and Fizz's part. While Lucian and Annie were already bot lane dealing with them, they came and just hurt them while they were trying to siege that turret.
Elise and Fizz, I believe, is what you mean, but maybe not. Maybe I could be wrong, because Elise came down, got a double kill.
Oh, yes, Elise.
Very nice. They didn't destroy that pink ward before they got Dragon, so JUG is going to have timer. Oh, and that's all right. Spirit Visage picked up in that top lane as well as a Sheen, so it looks like that's going to Triforce next, but also you have that Chain Vest, so actually I'm not
interesting
sure.
Build by Jinx, by the way. Because she's so fed, I believe she's opting towards the damage opposed to the pure strength, because normally Jinx will build a Bloodthirster into a Static Shiv, for example. Not very often do people actually get Phantom Dancer on Jinx, just because how good
she has enough attack speed already.
Yeah, and yeah, the only thing that would be really useful would be the crit. Right.
She could be going Static Shiv right away, though, too.
She could.
Phantom Dancer, yeah.
But Phantom Dancer wouldn't be bad with the IE Rush or Infinity
definitely.
Edge because of the extra crit.
But when you're 8-1, you can really do almost anything you want. But
and also keep in mind that this team, TMS, is like basically the worst nightmare for an AD carry.
Absolutely, they have so many ways of getting to Dr. McFly right now. The 8-1 may not help him late game. As a slow lands into Pure Hugeness, he's going to repel. But it looks like 3 of them are just going to push this turret. The culling lands. Descendant lands onto Behemoth, but that's not going anywhere. They're also buffing Thresh's Lantern. Phonetic getting really far down. His team's nowhere to be seen. Those flame covers had a bit of a glitch there.
Looks like a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah,
would you say?
Phonetic really chasing that one down and really had no reason to. Yeah, sorry, that was a bit shocking there. Phonetic maybe not on the same page as the rest of his team right now, but 13 to 90 kills. TMS is definitely catching up a lot faster. Almost. Sorry, that was a beautiful calling, by the way, from Behemoth to get rid of him. Just this guy. Sorry, as Sorry, Ashwin getting actually played out of his jump. Trickster, sorry. As the ult from Gragas knocks Ashwin back right into the rest of Just Us Guys.
Great Gragas ult. I don't know what Viz was thinking. Like, just diving in there and then flashing away. And so, Gragas just wastes the flash also on the Fizz, just ulting him back into the team.
Yeah, this is maybe not the smartest move. As Shadi Shinto gets hooked, and it looks like they're just catching them out one by one. He's used his ult, gets the kill. Sorry, Annie gets the kill onto Huntail there. And Thresh onto Pink Grapefruit, actually a decent play. Fnatic getting caught out again, but that sadism. Sorry,
Flash cocoon.
A beautiful play. Predator gonna try to get out of there. Oh, Dr. McFly running extremely low. That flash is gonna be used. And they need to get this kill. I think it's necessary for TMS to get this kill as the stun lands onto Wiggles. Will Fnatic
miscommunication there as well.
Oh man, Fnatic maybe just not on the same Skype call as the rest of his team right now.
Might be in JUG Skype call. They might be trolling him a little bit there.
Oh, some tough words from the announcer here. As Dr. McFly escapes that one. That's huge, I think. Got 3 assists in that last fight, and they just could not take him down. Let's see what he's going to pick up right away here. If he ever buys anything, or maybe.
Well, he also has a pickaxe, so he might be going for it. Like,
as we get another pause, sorry.
Dr. McFly has strange build here. Infinity Edge, Zeal, pickaxe, Vampiric Scepter. So it's like, it's almost like Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, and like either a Static Shiv or a Phantom Dancer all mixed together. But
oh Jesus, I keep falling for these guys. Sorry. Yeah. Go on.
And
sorry. We have pause. We're having more lag issues. If you have not seen, right now, I guess we'll look at the builds. We have Nasus has got that frozen. I believe that the frozen fist, right?
Yeah. And again,
not my favorite pick from Nasus. Actually.
You know, I don't think it's. I don't know. He can either go Triforce or that. I don't think that's bad. But like I said, that just even makes it worse for Dr. McFly there.
That's true, indeed. And so yeah, he's playing. Yeah, I guess that Triforce. Yeah, you know what? That frozen fist brings a lot of utility actually to team fights and stuff if they're all clustered up.
Maybe he's even gonna look to build more MR after this because that actually gives armor. I guess we'll have to see.
I think magic resist is something they all need to focus on. As we can see, Elise getting that spirit massage as well. Can I move around? No, I cannot. I can't see how much stacks Nasus has. I can. 369 right now at the 23-minute mark. That's pretty big. He's going to be hitting so much. As we look at mid lane, 5-2-1. I keep getting tempted. Okay, I don't think they're even talking about what's going on right now. Sorry about the delays, folks. Just fast forward. This is YouTube. Unless you are restricted by your slow internet like these guys are, you can just fast forward.
The Annie going for that chalice, actually fairly popular there. And the Sork boots, I've seen Sork boots, mobility boots, and Merc treads on Annie as well. Any sport that is.
Personally, I think if you're a Fed Annie, I'd say go mobility boots. You can get around a lot faster. You can argue that the Sork boots will give you a bit more of an advantage and they're cheaper, I believe. However, it lets you get around faster.
Sork boots are a bit more expensive than
are
mobility.
They? Okay, yeah.
100 more.
Yeah, sorry, they are. I knew that. I don't know. But it's got the ruby sight stone, the chalice. I get, like you said, but I don't think Annie really needs that chalice personally.
It's a very popular pickup actually, and yeah, more often than not, I actually see Mercury treads on her in the LCS. I guess because suppose if she gets cut out, it's not as devastating. She can still maybe get out.
Maybe. Annie being very squishy target. Sorry, 3.3k gold lead for the side of Just Us Guys. 4 kills over their opponent's TMS.
Yeah, both interesting builds. Also, like on Lucian, I'm a big fan of going from Bloodthirster to Trinity Force or Trinity Force to Bloodthirster.
Absolutely. I
actually don't build Phantom Dancer or Static Shiv on Lucian. I'll either go for attack speed, I'll go Blade of the Rune King, Or if I just want more straight up damage output, I'll go Infinity Edge.
Okay.
Because the Triforce kind of gives you a bit of crit as well.
Yes,
And attack
definitely
speed.
not as much as something as like a Static Shiv would, but yes, indeed, Trinity Force rounds out quite nicely here. As that Lich Bane activation from Fizz and Ashwin just going nuts right there. Ashwin not having his best game.
No. I feel as if they picked Kale because they noticed the Fizz. The Fizz pick, like I said, you really have to get snowballing. Level 1, Fizz versus almost anyone is going to get out CS since he is melee, and his all in until like level 6, you won't be able to at least 100 to 0 someone. So say he goes all in on the Kale, the Kale's just going to be able to turn around.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think he got tricked though, thinking that Gragas was going mid. And
Yeah,
thinking
that
melee versus melee.
yeah,
could work.
no, that is a definite possibility. I
Just
agree
those
with you
guys
there.
Doing the version of the
You-
pick ban juke.
Yeah, you think that they would ban Gragas, but no, they wanted to counter pick him maybe.
That's true, exactly. And you know what? I have another feeling about Ashwin. Without that Syndra, I feel like she's just being banned out, or he's just being banned out, because he played so strong in that Syndra early game, or in those first 2 games of the season that they played. And when they banned that Syndra, it just seems to like Ashwin's just trying to find a champion that they need to play. Also, Predchuk is doing a good job keeping the ganks coming mid. He said that in his pregame interview that they really want to focus on their mid laner because they feel like their mid is a very, like, we saw her snowball with Syndra, him snowball with Syndra, and knows what it's like when he gets snowballing, so they need to stop that. Predchuk doing a really good job stopping that.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Syndra. Syndra's a really strong champion in lane. I really hate laning up against Syndra's.
Oh, absolutely.
Her range is pretty ridiculous. I think Syndra can do well against most any mids. And yeah, I think Syndra overall is a really strong champion. Doesn't have any like AoE. Well, I guess her W and her E and her Q can be AoE, but like her ultimate herself, I guess. It's not like an AoE ultimate such as Gragas or someone, but it can almost one-shot someone, depending on how fed you are.
Absolutely. Again, if you're still listening to this, we request that you do fast forward. This is YouTube, like I said. Just until the skip ends. I'm just gonna check it out though, so
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
So yeah, also what you said about ganking mid. Watching a lot of streams, specifically I can remember the Odd Orange, not the Odd One, saying, yes, the 15-year-old challenger, saying that when he jungles, he tries to gank mid as much as possible. Like, that's the lane he will focus on the most. Obviously ganking other people, other places, just depending on how the game's going. But it only really depends on the champion who's mid, where he won't camp mid. For example, he said Gragas. He won't really camp mid if Gragas is the mid laner.
Yeah, Gragas got that dash and has explosive cascade at level 6, so
yeah, very difficult to gank.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I believe Trick2G said that the trick to gaining elo and low Qs is just to, as we get back in the game, is just to camp mid, push that mid tower, because at low elos they don't really know how to deal with that too much. So if you're a low elo and you're watching this, maybe try that. Tell your jungler that, or
it's really capitalizing on your gank, right? You gank bot, get a double kill. You either want to get the turret or dragon, or both if you have the time, right? So not just run away, right? Communicate with your team.
The biggest things there is that frozen fist gonna be slowing down that Wiggles quite a bit, and that Wither's gonna be going on whoever hits. People will almost be frozen in place. As a nice dodge there from Wiggles, a flash out of Chum the Waters. So Jug gonna know that Ashwin's gonna be not as powerful right now. It's gonna be pretty squishy.
Yeah, hardest thing about Fizz, landing that ultimate. I can't tell you how many games I played where I've thrown on my ultimate 20 times, missed them 18 out of 20.
I've seen the combo where you
Q in and then throw your ult,
at the
right?
same time. It's a bit tricky to try do as Fizz picks up that Zanya's hourglass and is gonna have his ult up.
Well, another thing with Fizz is his ult has a long range, but if you don't actually put your cursor to the max range, it will stop wherever you put your cursor. It's kind of, I wish it wasn't like that, but that just makes it so that you really have to pay attention to where it's going.
Yeah, Fizz becoming is a very tough champ in lane and even to get his combo off and to snowball with. His combos are pretty tricky compared to your average mid laner.
He fell off a bit in the meta. We saw a lot of him. From High and Reginald trying to pick Fizz against High. I don't know if you remember that.
I do not.
But yeah, Fizz started playing a lot, and then I believe he either received some nerfs or was the meta change. But I like to see Fizz back. Fizz is such an interesting character with so much outplay potential.
As it looks like 4 members from all 5 members are top against Shoddy Shinto here. He's just gonna look to run away as the culling comes out from Behemoth. I think Shoddy just needs to get out of here really quickly. That ghost
tail.
No, the ghost is not popped. So the Mega Death Rocket just does some damage as Kale on Pink Grapefruit on Kale gets that kill over to Shoddy. All 5 members from JUG going top. Great communication that they have there.
Yes, most definitely. Shoddy.
Shoddy just, 2-3-1, sorry, and he's got quite a bit of stacks. He's not having a bad game.
Gold difference is only 5k. Not that is still a pretty big difference. But the thing I want to look at here is, JUG has 4 turrets over TSM, which is going to allow them to continue that gold rate if they play it properly.
TMS, yes.
TMS.
Absolutely.
Did I say TSM?
Yes, you did.
Oh, well, basically the same thing, right?
I mean, maybe I could say maybe not the way they're playing, but depends what kind of TSM fanboy you are. That could.
Dude, it's like TSM with Reginald on the team.
Okay.
Okay, so like, you know what I mean.
Hey, I'd give them up and stuff a bit more credit than that.
Okay, TSM with like half of Bjergensen, like he AFKs like 50%. No, I'm just kidding.
As just this guy is gonna be taking this
Risky Baron. It was actually warded, rewarded as well.
Absolutely. Sorry, no, that was TMS going for that Baron. As the Descent lands onto Bjergensen, and this could be the end, but he repels up and away.
Great repel.
Absolutely.
Perfect timing.
Nice reaction time from TMS right there. That is going to be spotted out.
I want to give a shout out to the Pure Hugeness. He's been playing well both these games, even though they lost the last game.
Absolutely.
His reaction time has been really good on his repels.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen it at least 3 times in the last 2 games where his repel has saved. That's the sole reason he doesn't go to base dead, basically. He just misses a cocoon as I say that onto Prenchuk, but I don't think he wants to mess with Prenchuk, though they've both been a part of almost equal amount of kills. Yes, they have been, sorry. They're both equal 6. Mathematics. Blade coming in from Tail, not hitting anyone, as the inhibitor goes down. And now they're just going to back up. Are they going to go for Baron right now, or are they going to go for Dragon? It looks like they're heading towards Dragon right now. A bit of miscommunication just for a few seconds. It won't cost them anything, really. But it looks like TMS is right on their trail.
Well, Baron's warded, so they will know. But I believe if TMS actually went to Baron quick enough, they might be able to actually quickly kill it.
And they do. Oh, sorry, not TMS. That's JUG right there.
It looks like they're heading to Baron. I don't know if they're just going to clear the wards or what. And you see JUG here.
This is the same thing that happened in game 1. So,
but on JUG's side,
if history serves us right, a teleport actually coming in.
Bit early.
From Wiggles, a bit early, but it looks like, sorry, that will be TMS should get aced here. That's what happened last matchup. As Baron running extremely low, a Lantern, the Dark Passage saving actually Wiggles the second. Sorry, that's just Wiggles Fnatic going down. As the Chum the Waters lands onto Dr. McFly, but gets played backwards. Playful Trickster comes in, but just gets melted. And if this is an ace, call me the fortune teller, but it's not.
Great peel by Huntail there.
Absolutely.
The Flay mid phase Q. Thresh is one of those champions that you don't want to go up against this Fizz.
Absolutely.
Especially a good Thresh like Huntail.
Huntail's one of the best Threshes in North America.
Easily.
Easily one of the best.
If not the best.
If not the best. Though I do play a pretty mean Thresh.
This is true. I've seen it.
You have seen it.
The flash backwards hooks. I'm just kidding.
As the Baron buff gets onto all 5 members of Jug, I do believe Wiggles running extremely low there, but nice communication. Huntail using that dark passage to get his friend out of there, that Baron pit. He's running real low on health because that teleport did come real early.
That was an early teleport. I'm surprised that they didn't all just focus the Mundo. Unless he just was so tanky that he did not die for a very long time.
I think maybe it's just a bit of more miscommunication somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere attacking the Baron still, somewhere
Well,
attacking Wiggles.
a common mistake made by every competitive level of play is when you're doing Baron and it's not dead and you don't have a Baron team that can kill it fast enough. You want to just back off the Baron. The Baron almost chunked everybody, like maybe to a quarter, 3/4 health or half health, which is if the Baron is not killed, it's putting the team fight favor into Jug there.
Sorry, as my mouse gets on here, that's exactly what happened in our game 1 as well. Jug got the Baron actually, or chunked a bit as Talisman of Ascension is popped from Fnatic, but they choose not to go in, or Ashwin decides to go in, but back up. The culling being used from Behemoth as presence just keeps clearing out this wave here, taking a big chunk out of pure hugeness, and the Death Rocket aiming for pure hugeness, but just missing.
Yeah, the siege potential of Jug right now is just ridiculous. Fizz doesn't have much poke. He has to go all in, and at this point he can't afford to go all in because I don't think they can win a team fight.
I don't think so. This game is looking very grim as we look at the super minions in the top just got cleared out. It is 2 inhibitors down as the Descendants and the box are popped from Huntail as Shotty Shido just gets melted instantly as Fizz coming in here trying to do some damage, but Pure Huger is going down to Dr. McFly. Zanya's being popped, but that will not save Ashwin as gets hit with a zap, but it looks like Pink Grapefruit gets that double kill, and it looks like this could possibly be game. Jug could take this as the Dark Descendants misses there from Thresh King. As they are just tanking this turret, they have a bit of minions coming in, and this looks like Jug taking a 2-0 victory, week 3, day 3, over the Muffin Stuffers.
So, out of these 2 series of games, who do you think was the MVP? I want to throw out the Pink Grapefruit, maybe.
Pink Grapefruit did play very solid both games. I would agree with you. His Gragas was impeccable. Not to say that everyone on Jug played
Everybody.
Jug. Everyone on Jug had their role, and they played it very well.
He did solid in lane. Also, Pred and Chuck with the ganks were pretty spot on. The Gragas ulti into the body slam.
Very good synergy there. Very nice plays from Prenchuk.
And again, Dr. McFly just having that high KD. Huntail making the plays. Everybody did play very well. And Wiggles just did great in laning and communicating with the team.
Just became a huge tank later. Impossible to take down. Well, that's all we have for tonight, folks. Thank you for watching. Remember to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. It's all in the description. I am Woloshin with my analysis. Cousin Nemain. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more SLL action.